Leading with Lineage.
California Reparations Task Force hearings.
Final report recommendations.
California Freedmen Affairs Agency, CAFA office.
The Fund for Reparations and Reparative Justice.
Free the land, eminent domain, unjust property taking return.
The Mass Media Group was there. Reparations Now, the documentary where it all began.
Released Juneteenth, 2023.
Now listen, if you can't handle the TR roof, don't tune in.
Available to watch on Tubi TV and other streaming outlets. As always, thank you for the support. Please like, share, and subscribe to your number one source for reparations and news. Until next time, peace and reparations.
In terms of some data, our brother David is going to walk us through it.
All right, y'all. All right. Go ahead, hit the next slide for me. So, before people think, oh, they did a little cute survey, that's nice. Nah, we have engaged over 30,000 people in the last 3 years.
30,000 people over the last 3 years.
We have engaged over 30,000 people over the last 3 years to figure out what it is they want to invest in, to figure out what it is they want to see, right? In addition to those 30,000 people that we've engaged through our survey, over 60,000 have come to different town halls, different community engagement events, right? Folks here just like yourselves, folks in other spaces, when we weren't allowed to be outside, folks on Zoom, people were saying, look, I'll take time out my day in the midst of all this to help us figure out what are we going to invest in, right? So I want you to understand that this vision is the people's vision. This vision, right, is a vision that we wanted to invest in, right? So these are the folks who helped to craft.
All right, man. So can you say your name for the people, please?
My name is Brandon Blakely. You can call me Wayne or Bubba. I'm one of the Black Student Union presidents of Santa Monica High School, and we were just discussing the black community within Santa Monica. So I grew up out there a little bit while I went to Santa Monica High School, and one of the things was eminent domain. If you don't know what eminent domain is, it's an urban studies term that the government or the state or the local state can use to basically put out or politically put out people in that neighborhood to build some type of state freeway or building, some type of federal building. So basically what they did was the 10 freeway that from Santa Monica Beach all the way to at least, I don't know, I would say at least maybe Lincoln, maybe Pico, like if you're following that, those used to be black neighborhoods. So they pushed out all of those black neighborhoods, right? And they created this freeway, which, as you know, in Los Angeles, most of the freeways divide privileged neighborhoods with more urban neighborhoods or black neighborhoods. And it's intentional, but at the same time it's not intentional. But the people that was living where the freeway was pushed out. And when I was graduating, they created some apartments that was named after the people who were pushed out, or some of those families. And it's very racial, you know. And it was not, of course, it wasn't fair. But if you look at that, that's what I was talking about earlier about it being environmental injustice. They push out of people, they create a cloud of smoke that is negative, and they just make people uproot. And they're still doing that today. They're doing that right now on Crenshaw. They're building a train, they're building apartments, and the people who live in these areas are being forced out. And that's also another form of gentrification. If you don't know what that is, that's basically when a group of people come in with a whole lot of money and they buy things that are cheaper. And most of the time, these properties or these neighborhoods or these storefronts are owned by people of color, and they basically weigh their money around, or they go above the people of color and buy the property, make the property, the people who are renting the property, they move them out and they put something in there that's probably not as urban or not as known by black people, and it brings in more flow, and then it increases the financial payments that people pay for small things like tobacco or soap or music or car washes. The price just goes up. But eminent domain is another form of gentrification. Yeah.
Okay, man, so we were building a little bit out there, and you were talking about environmental justice. What does environmental justice look like to you in terms of reparations?
So in school, like, I'm focusing on environmental injustices in urban communities, and a lot of times we don't have adequate food or adequate policing or adequate just growth in general. And we have to go outside the city to get certain things that are essential to life. There should be a grocery store instead of a liquor store. There should be a car wash instead of a gun store. There should be more things that are more positive, but for some reason in urban communities, they keep it more like liquor store, church, gun store, smoke shop. You know what I'm saying? They need to be more like green, you know, more grass, more parks, more shops for community purposes. When I was growing up, they had more programs where kids could go be themselves without having to worry about whether or not they're going to get involved in something negative or learn about something that's going to help them with life, whether it's financial literacy or how to grow a garden or just simply how to eat fruit. You know what I'm saying? Everything that comes from the ground should be able to support our bodies to sustain us. But a lot of times in this generation, a lot of things are processed and unauthentic, and the communication between our own people has been flawed because of the things that we have been learning through media or just history itself, how it's been playing out. And now in certain states, more so in the South, they're trying to take out black history, and a part of that is how we were able to live and grow. A lot of the foods and the culture and the music has been influenced, if not made, by black people or the African diaspora. If you don't know what the African diaspora is, basically people who came from Africa, who were either brought here, taken here, or came here freely. And that's what I focus on. I try to build more environmental presence, more make it be known that it's about the environment, it's about the plants, but it's also about the people who live in that environment. And the people who live in that environment should be able to live freely and healthy.
All right, great answer, bro. So, are you familiar with the California Reparations Task Force and their work that they're currently doing in terms of reparations here in the United States?
To be honest, I'm aware of reparations amongst black people that we should be owed or are owed to us, but as far as that, I am not. So you can inform me on that if you would like to. I'm aware, I'm always for knowledge, and I'm always a part of something positive. So, I'm always down to learn.
So I know we spoke about environmental injustice or justice. Outside of that, what do you think reparations is, and what do you think reparations looks like?
Well, I know reparations are for all the hard work and blood, sweat, and tears that we put in so far to build this country. Because when we got here, they didn't know what to do. We did. Our native peoples did. And a lot of those native peoples are already here, an extension from us. So as far as reparations, I think it's more than just money. It's more than just land. It's also acknowledgement. It's also education. Like, we shouldn't have to go to a black market to find out that we created a street light. That should be in a book, just like they talk about Christopher Columbus discovering America. But if you really dig deep into it, he was not the first one to discover America. He was looking for India. So that's why the West Indies is called the West Indies, because he stopped there first and thought that was India. But no, it's not. But a lot of things gets rewritten or hidden because they think people don't read books, but we do read. And the best thing about being a part of this generation is that we have technology. So it doesn't take that much for someone to research a word and get the definition, the origin, where it comes from, all of that. So as easy as it is to be informed, you have to let them know about some type of information for them to even know about it. So you can't just keep hiding things, or can't keep not giving things that are owed to a group of people that really still working. You know what I'm saying? Like, we never stopped working. We just...
For free, by the way. I said, yes, there are people who worked on this land for free.
Yeah, for free. And then a lot of people, I don't want to get it miscrewed that we were slaves. We were enslaved people. You know, it's a difference. But as far as the reparations, that's what we're owed. Like, it's still the as far as I'm concerned, the number's still going up as we speak. Every generation that comes in, like, you know, but definitely we do need more people to get involved in these conversations, or just in political backgrounds, to be able to make these type of things happen, which is why I'm going to school to be a lawyer, attorney, political science, urban studies, to create policies that would make life for the urban people's life easier instead of harder. Well, yeah, I'm DJ King Cali, Kally. I'm Brandon Blakely. You can find me on social media. I have 2 of them, aka the Black Knight. Try to stay positive, get positivity, respect the earth, respect the universe, stay prayed up. And I just encourage everybody to stay unapologetically black and unapologetically itself. Everybody has a story. Tell it. It may seem like people don't care, they're not listening. We're just distracted. Sometimes you gotta pull people out of their distractions to get them to hear what you're saying, and do it positive. There's a lot of negative. You don't fight negative with negative, because it only creates more fire. When you bring that water in, which is the truth, it'll put that fire out. But that's all I gotta say, brother.